Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Members of the National Tertiary Education Union at the University of Newcastle have walked off the job for 24 hours as their pay and conditions dispute escalates. A busload of members is heading to Sydney this morning to rally outside State Parliament, where an event is being held to celebrate the university's 60th anniversary. The union claims university management have failed to engage constructively on pay negotiations and announced cuts to 140 positions. The university says it's committed to negotiating respectfully with staff representatives to achieve a fair and sustainable enterprise agreement. Federal Newcastle MP Sharon Claydon says the Prime Minister wants to see the Sydney to Newcastle leg of the high-speed rail line proceed, and she looks forward to announcing the next step soon. Infrastructure Australia gave the green light this month, with stations floated at Broadmeadow, Lake Macquarie and the Central Coast. Newcastle councillors last night supported a motion asking the federal government and authority to confirm Broadmeadow as the Newcastle stop and proceed with the next step in the business plan. Sharon Claydon says she'll leave the final call to the experts.
There's a whole lot of other work to do, but this leg, both the Prime Minister and High Speed Rail have prioritised the Sydney to Newcastle part, saying this is a tough part. There's a lot of complicated engineering to be done. And so if we get this right, we're pretty well set up.
Newcastle bus operator Keolis Downer is holding out an olive leaf to drivers in the hope of ending weeks of industrial action over a new enterprise agreement. The company has put forward a 15.5% pay offer over 4 years on the table, along with an extra 8% for trainee drivers to bring their salaries on par with their colleagues. Keolis Downer says there will be no reduction in current conditions and entitlements as part of the offer. The Rail, Tram and Bus Union is yet to respond. As Cessnock councillors float their ideas to relieve pressure on finances, Councillor Mitchell Lee wants the state government to take control of two major thoroughfares. An independent review recommends council apply for a near 40% rate rise, but there's been community backlash. Mitchell Lee says Buchanan Road and the route connecting Abermain to the Hunter Expressway need an upgrade.
Yeah, we're certainly hopeful that system, that reclassification, I think it was announced in August, is going to be really beneficial to councils like ours. I've spoken to one of the local members that covers our LGA, and they'd had a recent conversation with the Roads Minister around that portal that's going to be opened up. We're very confident about it at the moment.
A special boat to assist ambulance paramedics conduct water rescues and access flood-impacted communities is coming to the Hunter. 8 7-metre vessels will be rolled out statewide over the coming months, including one heading to Rutherford. The boats will allow specialist paramedics, doctors and equipment to be transported to areas to provide care to flood-impacted patients. And volunteers from all walks of life have been recognised for their service at a special presentation held at Souths Leagues Club in Merewether. Federal Newcastle MP Sharon Claydon handed out certificates to 73 people representing community and sports groups and emergency services. Among them, 12-year-old Flynn Johnston, who raised thousands of dollars for the pseudomyoxoma survivor charity.
In 2022, my mum was diagnosed with pseudomyoxoma peritoni, a rare cancer, and we've gone to Sydney for treatments and 3 large operations. So I shaved my head and raised over $6,000.
To NURFM Sport.
Jets defender Joel Bertolicio will make his 5th appearance in Sunday's match against Perth Glory. The 22-year-old made 4 appearances for Macarthur over 2 years before being dropped to the NPL. He says his match fitness has improved since being called into the side.
I thought I was fit, but then I came here and kind of a bit of a reality check, like Wilma's unreal fit, but obviously been working hard in pre-season and getting match fit.
Coaches from the Hunter and Central Coast have spoken about the talent of local AFL player Max King. The 18-year-old is receiving comparisons to Cardiff junior Isaac Heaney ahead of tonight's draft. Former Warners Bay coach Nathan Harkness says he's a very dangerous player. And the Newcastle cricket competition will continue the first round of 2-day matches this Saturday. Hamilton will start the weekend on 2 for 8, chasing City's 244. Wests are protecting their 345 total against University on 1 for 36. That's sport. I'm Darcy Mills.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 2, 4, 6, 8, 22, 27 and 39, and the supplementaries are 5, 24 and 47. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.